when he came back and signed off on
Okay.
it.
What about those pylons?
That one we don't have, we didn't put those in, so we didn't have that piece done.
Who put them in?
The contracted guy who moved the house in the first place. He was a licensed contracted house mover.
Okay.
And that's,
So he,
we paid extra money for him to actually set the home up.
so he, when it was finally inspected, it wasn't to code,
I didn't, we were part of that. That was part of what he did.
but you hired him, right?
Yes.
So he,
But what I'm saying is, apparently it wasn't to code, yes. Now that we've had it inspected and talked to someone ourselves,
okay.
we've got to fix that. And we understand that. We want to fix that.
Right.
Um,
But you gotta understand, there's two different things that you're talking about. You're talking about Lake Park code enforcement versus, the building code, which is handled by the county. And the local enforcement, which is handled here. So we don't do, per se, a building inspection unless there seems to be a hazard. If there's a hazard, then he has to address it. I mean, you want us...
Yes, sir. May I? On this particular case, I'm not going into details because there is a certified letter. I was contacted when the house was first moved in on the Salmon's property and listed on their property. When I was contacted by the head of Lowndes County because they said the house was moved here. Myself and Sergeant Kinsey walked out there and he said, there's certain things that need to be done. And I said, okay, well, they're going to pull their permits. Permits were pulled, as she said, with no problem at all. Well, on this particular day, I was out on another case and on investigation, and they came in, and Ms. Fowler called me and said the building inspectors were here, at which time they told me to follow them as the town marshal to this location. I actually met a gentleman who was a building inspector. I've never met him. It was an electrical inspector who said he'd been there, transferred the power over to temporary power, and the building inspector says, I need to go through everything. Which time I got her husband, I said, hey, what's going on? Because I had the pleasure of meeting this fine couple at Winn-Dixie one day, and welcome to the city. So I don't know about your house that way. So as that went on, the building inspector started taking me and walking me through and saying, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, these pillars. And we went through and I had to document everything because they were explaining to me, they're the expert witnesses here. They're explaining it to me. At which time I followed through and sent a certified letter, which not going into any more facts because they have a period of time to fix it, is what it is. And we marked on the certified letter, which was going to Ms. Sandlin, who you signed for. In turn, we started a 30-day time. The whole time we went through, and I assure your husband and assure everything he said, I would constantly ask the building inspector, can this be fixed by him? He said, yeah. And we went through. He was really helpful, very, very helpful.
Why is Sandlin signing it? It's your house, right?
It's on their property.
And one question the building inspector asked, if I can finish, one thing the building inspector asked, he said, the homeowner, and your husband explained he was a homeowner, but they said not. So I was just following through what they as expert witnesses told me, but everything that's on there, I asked him, this can be done, this can be done. He said, yes.
Let me make a recommendation right now. Let's, this is citizens' concerns, and this is gonna get it, I can see it coming down the pipe. We need to have a private meeting about this. We need to talk out of this venue, because this is not really the place to do it. By all means, I'm glad you brought this to us, but we don't need to be.
Back and forth.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Everything on the list can be fixed, because
So-
I talked to Scotty about that.
If you could just stay for a little bit, and we can talk about this.
So I can certainly do that.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Back to the code, just for the record. You're correct, it is not required to be repealed. However, throughout the code, you do repeal other codes. And so it's been shown as a standard practice. And it is a good practice because then when somebody else has to refer to the code, it is clear that that's what is the current code in there as well.
I've been on council for about 10 years. Ever recall repealing the code?
2015,
Which code did we repeal?
I can pull it, but I can't tell you the code right now, but it was in December 2015, we had several
Can
too.
you replace it with something?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
I mean, it's just good practice. And I work in accreditation, and I work in the
Right.
It's good practice because I should be able to go to that and at least understand what it is that I'm required to adhere to, and I can't.
Yeah, I understand that. And I understand. That's fine. So just after the meeting, we'll have a little meeting. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're still on citizens' concerns. Any more concerns? No? Everybody else have it? Everything's good? Okay. Let's see what we got. We got plenty. Okay. Text Amendment 2017-05-02. Okay, so that's bear with me a second.
You're amending your zoning ordinance.
Okay.
One, you need an ordinance to have a first reading.
And then the zoning text. Okay.
So it's that the first amendment.
Yeah.
So that first amendment, first reading, then it's got to go to planning commission. Here.
It's got to go before, it's got to go. Right. Yeah. All right, we have a proposed text amendment. This is coming from, this is coming from a proposed subdivision that is being looked at, being developed. I did with Ann. We worked on it because, and it's out to the legal commission. Okay, so there was a proposal to us that there is some property in the city that a developer wants to develop into how many homes? About 41 to 42 single-family homes with a center area for amenities. Average price about anywhere from $140,000 to $160,000 per home, which would probably bring in about $119,000 a year in taxes into the city, once it's all said and done. Not to mention the bonus of having businesses being fed by these people, local option sales tax would increase, which offsets our taxes. Splosh, if we had depopulation, we would not be at the bottom of the food chain anymore, because we have the other development as well. That being said, they want to have minimum lot areas for development. 6,000 square feet, unless they're development standards. Minimum lot area for development is amended to read 1 acre unless public water sewer is available, then 6,000 square feet is allowed. Okay, they were reducing the city's right of way. That would be under RP. It's the city right away. Usually it's, right? Usually,
This is just a text amendment
right, but this allows them to keep
to use 6,000 square feet
on an acre.
instead of an acre, given the fact they have public water and sewer utilities.
Right, but right.
That's all this is for tonight.
So what we're going to do is, we want to change the standard on RP from 1 to 1 acre, unless public water sewer is available, then it would be 6,000 square feet. As it reads now, what does it say right now? You okay? Right. That's another part.
It's a pretty tremendous section. 6,000 square feet is less than 2 tenths of
But it follows the, if you look at the, do you have the?
This is just a zone text. That's all it
Right,
says. That's
right,
all.
right. I understand, but we're looking at what it is actually doing.
very good density.
It either had to be added in or be added in.
Yeah, it has to be approved. The reason why there's time constraints on this is a pretty big. Some things all have to fall through. Minimum lot is 6,000 square feet. If
Water and
sewer.
sewer are available. Public water and sewer are available.
How many square feet on the
43,500.
You're not reducing, you can't be reducing some 43,000 square feet. That's not right. What it is, minimum lot area for development, in square feet on an acre. So RP was a 4 acre, RC is 6,000.
That's what we're going to change.
So the minimum lot area in R10 is 10,000 feet. R15 is 15. R6 is 6,000. So they want to do RP the same as R6, except, right, that's what the land use zone does right now.
They want to build a bunch of doctors' offices.
So in other words, why are they changing the RP, why are they not changing the entire code?
The zone.
Because they are going to have some
They are
professional
going to have some
buildings
professional,
available.
like a doctor's office or that
They're
kind of
going to
thing.
have like homes, patio homes.
They're going to be
and
single-family homes,
offices.
and then they want to have the option to also have some professional businesses within that. So it's going to kind of be a little bit of a mix, but it will be RP. it'll be residential and professional. But under RP,
They're going from 1 acre requirement to a 7th of an acre requirement.
right, but it would be the same as doing an R6. It would be the same as doing an R6. R6 is 6,000 square feet. I mean, just because it's zoned RP, I mean, if you change it to R6, then you'd be looking at expanding to 6,000. So it's
That is,
this is the development. Here's the deal. Rather than go through the trouble of having a zoning change, what we want to do is we want to amend what it's zoned at now, the text amendment, and not just do it willy-nilly, do it only to 6,000 square feet, like they do in R6, if the water and sewer are already supplied. If not, if they have to bring in water and sewer, then it goes back to the 1 acre.
yes.
Because they're developing this, they're gonna have to need the water and sewer. So you can bring it down to an R6 amendment. And the reason being is there's a lot of things, they want to have this go in by what? By being structured by the beginning of summer. To do that, to do a zoning change, you're talking about like 3 months to, I mean, that's if we don't pursue it like this, we're probably gonna lose it. I mean, if we lose it, you know, that's an opportunity for growth. So, Ann thought about this and said this is the fastest track to get it done. Rather than change the zoning, do an amendment to the zoning to allow this to come through.
It doesn't have anything, they still have to go through that whole process of public hearings. We have to
Yeah.
notify all the residents around that area. All this is tonight is that you are allowing a text amendment change to what is already stated, given they meet the requirements of public water and public sewer. That's all you're doing tonight.
Now, if you want to talk about, you know, opposition, yeah, there might be some opposition, but let me tell you what the people around Horse Lot Lake are opposed to. They're opposed to building concrete and having the runoff increase in Horse Lot Lake. This includes retention ponds. So right now, if you go down there during a rainstorm, the water is literally pouring off of that property across, what's the name of the street? David Drive into Horse Lot, across their properties into Horse Lot Lake. If you develop this with the retention pond, it's going to hold back that water and allow it to loom into the soil. That's what they don't understand. Because it's not developed, it's just, there's nowhere for the water to go but to Horse Lot Lake.
Well, what I'm saying, that is awful.
What, large?
It's gonna be so congested and such small little single pool.
No.
You don't have
Did the planning staff have anything to do with writing the proposed text?
Such a regional commission,
Sure.
Sherry, I said Shirley, Sherry.
Sure.
Her and Ann went back and forth with it.
This is a very good opportunity for land that the city owns. Is, you know, we need to focus on growth. If we let this go, I think we're,
And
the
again,
city owns.
oh yeah, that's city property.
It ain't city property, but it's in the city.
It's not city property, you're right, it's in the city.
No,
No, that property up front to the road is not included.
tonight, all you're doing is voting on a text
I
amendment.
understand
That's-
that.
But they have to know why they're voting on it.
Well, I mean, that's later on. It's
This
gonna go
is
before-
just the first step in a bunch of steps. This is to expedite it because they're looking, right now the economy is starting to build. These developers are looking to build, okay? And this is a really nice development. This is not apartments. These are single-family homes. They're, as a matter of fact, they need to be facing
They're all gonna be facing
inward, so that there's no exposure
So
to
there's single-family homes and businesses,
single-family homes and professional,
Professional.
like,
offices.
I think that's what these are. This one. Yes, one here, one here, one here, one here. And this is going to be the community center. And this is an amenity area right here. It's really nice development. So you're talking, yeah, some of these lots are half acre, a little less than half acre. That's less. Actually, that's yeah, that's a half acre. That's like less than a quarter of an acre. But they're not Ricky Tickies. They're, you know, if you're talking about like houses like on Denali, that's not what that is. I mean, the property sizes are, some of these properties, even some of the small ones are bigger than what they have right here downtown Lake Park. But without the growth, without the population, I don't know what else you're gonna do. I advise this council to really think about growing. Okay, so the steps are like this. Thank you, Joe.
All this was brought in to the city hall after the agenda had already been set. And so we could add it, vote to add it to the beginning, so at the beginning of the meeting, or do it during, admin.
I mean, first you gotta put it on the agenda. Second, it's just the first reading.
Yeah, it's not.
The options to make.
And this is just like,
It does have to go to planning commission, but it's just unusual that planning staff didn't weigh in before. Yeah,
because of the,
because of the official.
okay, so,
Just do your first, put it on the agenda, do your first reading.
okay, so are you saying that we can do the first reading right now?
Well, it has to be on the agenda, it's not on the agenda now, so.
So we can't even do the first reading?
Well, you can vote to amend the agenda if you
Okay.
want.
Well, so I would need a motion, at least, listen, this is, even if you're not quite sure, if we do, just make a motion to amend the zoning on the RP, if there's something that you don't like, or you're not adopting anything,
Just once you change that, though, it's changed here. We're not probably gonna go back and unchange it.
well, you can go back.
And that, I just rather than, go through the regular channels.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not opposed to them.
I understand, but this is a channel to do it, I think. The other way, you're not gonna get it. You're just not. And that was made pretty clear. So,
That makes it look
Well, they can't build anything until it's approved by planning. So they're not gonna allow anything to be built that is so high density that's gonna be detrimental. So really, you're not even talking about that. You're just talking about a first reading on a vote to start the process on the,
It's self-approvable subdivision process.
yeah, I mean, you're not voting on a subdivision, you're voting on a zoning ordinance. So,
First thing we need to do is add it to the agenda.
okay. Put it on the agenda for next month. Okay. Does everybody have a copy of this? Okay. Take it home, take a look at it. If you have questions, talk to Ann.
I'm not gonna add it to the agenda tonight.
Unless I have a motion to do it, I can't do it.
Do we know who these people are?
Yes.
Yeah, they have built, what was the big project they built off of Bemis?
It's the subdivision over there,
Glenmore?
yes.
Out towards, Moody? We turn that, are you familiar with Glenmore? Out towards Moody? They turn that hard scrabble, so it's really bad. What's that? No?
Yeah,
Is-
by Chick-fil-A and all
Is
that.
that the one?
Oh, you're talking about in town?
Yes,
Okay. Where the, where Friends Cafe and all that.
yes. Over there,
But he built another one. He said
He-
another one.
He
Yeah.
also did the one off of Cat Creek, you know.
yes.
And that's a pretty nice, from what it was to what he did.
And one of the persons, one of the people, it is helping the people is local. It wants to bring the community here.
Do we, okay, I'm gonna ask, do we have a motion to put this on the agenda now?
I'll make a motion to put it on the agenda now.
Okay, do we have a second? Okay. Josh, for like a second. Put it back on, the agenda for next month. If there's something that comes up, if there are questions, we could always call a meeting and put it on the agenda. But I'm telling you, this is a really good opportunity. I understand that we want to be cautious, but this is not in any way, shape, or form approving a subdivision. I'm just showing you the ends to the mean. Sometimes you gotta jump through hoops to get the ball rolling. If you don't get the ball rolling, opportunity's gonna slip away, and this doesn't come along every day. And there's a lot of things, a lot more developments that could be tied into this if this goes well. And I'm gonna just say it straight out, that the reason that they come to us, rather than they come to Lowndes County or Valdosta, is they have so much red tape. They hate doing business with the county. They hate doing business with Valdosta because nobody is willing to get the ball rolling. And if they get it here, we're gonna be in the same boat. And as our growth continues, or not growth, as our expenses continue, I sure hope that this council has imaginative ways of raising funds, because we're going to need them. And we're going to need them now, we're going to need them far out. And if you don't plan for far out, you're dooming the city for some red numbers. Okay, that being said, we contacted Tom, the account. I want to start the budget before we do the millage, okay? And everybody's got to be involved in this, including our department heads. Okay, so we're gonna have some public meetings with our accountant. The way it's